it looks like these amendments, none will get through. We're expecting 7 more votes or so tonight. More votes from the Labour Party trying to establish a monitoring committee to ensure the safety of Rwanda, and also an amendment 11 that may have fallen, I think, actually, while I was talking to you, on disapplying elements of human rights to those, or act to those being sent back to Rwanda. Again, it is a bit like Brexit, as you said there in your remarks, in the sense that some of those MPs last night, some of the 60 who voted for those amendments, are falling away. The big names who you'll remember one of them is Sir Jacob Rees-Mogg, famously, of course, who didn't back the meaningful vote 3 through all of those Theresa May votes back in 2019. Other MPs who rebelled last night, who now will not rebel tonight, we can reveal, are Jane Stevenson, the PPS, the ministerial aide to Kemi Badenoch, as was, resigned from the government, one of the 3 who resigned, and also Jack Brereton and other MPs too are telling us that tonight. What may happen is you may see some of these rebels abstaining, but I don't think the rebel number will get above 10 or 12. We'll know soon enough, probably after your show is finished as we go into the evening. But as you're saying there, Nigel, it may be that lots of MPs here don't have the courage of their convictions last night when it comes to it. They are more concerned, and some viewers may be sympathetic to this, not to lose the entire bill, to make it the best they can possibly be, and are willing to accept it as it is to see if it works.
Yes, it's the accept half a loaf argument, Chris. I've heard it many, many times before. But if I'm a GB News viewer, and I am really concerned about the number of young men crossing the English Channel, 300 more today, I notice James Cleverly being very quiet on that at the moment, am I not entitled to think that this government is frankly just wasting my time? They've put me through over 600 days of news headlines, of debates, of parliamentary time, of taxpayers' money, and to date they've achieved nothing. Do I not have a right to feel pretty annoyed about this?
Well, of course, that's your right to say that, because you're not an MP, you're not in the government. I mean, the government would say back to you, were they here, that they've got to work within the boundaries of what's acceptable to Rwanda. Rwanda's made very clear they will not go further or be seen to breach international obligations. They can't offend the left of the party, which feels I mean, we heard from Sir Bob Neal, one of those Tory wets in the debate in the Commons today. He said this bill goes just about as far as it can possibly go without, in his mind, breaching these international obligations. So unless we, as the UK, withdraw completely from these international treaties we've signed up to for decades, you've got to work within those boundaries. Set against that, Nigel, is what you're saying, is one of sovereignty. People voted with you, followed your campaign back in 2016 to restore sovereignty over our borders and our laws. They might wonder, why can't we do that? And it may be that idea of Brexit, which got so many on side in 2016, has come up against a degree of reality in this Rwanda bill vote tonight.
Well, Chris, Hope, thank you very much indeed. Chris says it's come up against reality. I think it's come up against gutlessness, but they're 2 different ways of seeing the same thing.